Greetings, fellow Martians. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mars First Logistics, Episode 2, Big Wheels. And I'm picking that up here. I'm going to reset the rover that I have and see if the gripper arms will function for this contract too. They might need to be narrowed. No, they look okay. They might be too high though. Yeah, they're too high. So, you guys wanted a wider wheelbase? I don't have enough parts to do that symmetrically. I could buy them, but again, I'm trying to save funds, so I won't be doing that. Everything is expensive, especially early game. So you're extremely restricted in terms of what you can afford. Eventually, you unlock, you know, enough to kind of build to your heart's content, but not early game. Ooh, we strong. How about dragging it? I mean, kind of doing that, right? Yeah, this little rover design is fairly stable, given its parts. And because I can rotate the object that I pick up, it allows me to center its mass strategically so that I'm not beholden to tipping and tumbling. You could also use the fact that it has a hole in the middle. Sure, yeah, you could have designed something with just like a pincer to like, you know, to shove into the steel beam and then to like lift it by like a few degrees. It might be hard to stabilize a craft like that. Again, like I said, later on you get a lot more parts, and when you do side contracts and main contracts, you unlock a lot of parts for free, allowing you more design flexibility. Really early game, you don't have that kind of design flexibility because you just don't own anything. Much like in Kerbal Space Program, when you're in a brand new space program, almost all of your shuttles are going to look the same. They're going to be, you know, cheap, poorly constructed, and barely able to break Atmo, but that's by design because you earn as you play. Hey, Moxie. Thank you for the resub. And I do have one problem. They want, well, okay, other than the crashing part, they want the steel beam delivered in a vertical configuration. So, I will have to accommodate that by probably changing the way I'm using the servo. But I'm going to deliver it to the area first. And yes, it is Project Zomboid level driving for me. Okay, unfortunately, the steel beam is narrower on this side. But I'm only 200 meters away, so it should be fine. Oh! Unless I drop it. Because I kind of dropped it. Whatever, I'll... Ram mode, go! Team Ramrod, away! Alright. So now to retool this little doohickey to change the angle. So there's a few different ways of doing that. I can grab it in the same way, or I can sort of like shove something in the... Okay, that sounds awful, but shove something in the I-beam hole. It's not an I-beam, I guess. It's like cube beam. I don't know what it is. It's... I-beams are shaped like a eye, but, you know, whatever. So I think what I'm going to try is to grab it and servo rotate. Although, the one thing I will mention about the grabbing is now that it is, I think what I'm going to try to do is to flip it on its wider side so that I can grab it more easily. Because the grabbing bit... I don't know how I'm going to flip it. But the grab... Oh, I'm going to rip my wheel off. Yeah, we seem to be able to grab it just fine. So, I'm not going to worry about that. Unless I can do it now. Chaos! Yeah! Woo! It's on its wider side. Alright. So, instead of the servo there, we're going to have to... Whoops. We're going to have to decide where to put the servo where it can rotate in a vertical position, which would be here. just stick a servo here. And before I do that, I am going to add boop, boop, like that. And then put the, oh, what did I do? Wait, that's connected to, okay, that's confusing. Now it's ready. So put the servo here, and then the other half of the claw. Oh, that's supposed to be a pincer or a hydraulic. Okay, so you'll see how this functions. Oh, no you won't, because I put the servo in the wrong spot, because I'm a genius. All right, and that's why we test but verify. Copy. Paste. There we go. And then I'm going to try to recenter this. There, it's centered now. Cool. All right, so now, test but verify. So now you can see that I can rotate the steel beam into a vertical position once I grab it. Maybe. Maybe. Also, are the claws narrow enough? Yeah, they are. Cool. Yoink. Oh, God. I might need some counterweights. No, I'll be all right. I can kind of wiggle my way into the delivery zone. I don't have the ability to rotate it. Well, I guess I could rotate it over my back, but I'm already here, so done. Success. New contract, telescope mirror. Okay. So it unlocks the blueprint of Buggy and it pays 200. Let's go! You can see why I removed the stuff off the top of the rover, because now it doesn't matter if I flip. Yeehaw! I don't know which way is forward. I'm upside down. It's a little... Oh, steering is backwards. And here's the lab. All right, telescope. I'm delivering you where? Over to the construction site. Okay, that makes sense. So let's load one of the blueprints, because it's always faster to start with some blueprint. The crate carrier will... I mean, it actually could be working in this instance. But I think we want to be able to rotate, so let's do the rotatable crate carrier. And then the other thing I'm going to want is the ability to pinch to 0, like all the way in. Because I don't think that I'm going to be able to widen this to be able to get the base, right? It's too wide. I could add more parts to get the base, but what might be better is if I could pincer just one of the arms instead. So we'll do a quick redesign. And that would look... that would look like what? Putting a thinking cap on. So I want it, you know, I'm going to make it look very ghetto. Because I'm okay. I'm okay with jank. Nope. Ran out of parts. I could buy parts, but I'm going to try to do it without buying parts. So that overshoots it a little bit. Because it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. And now you can see why I was never hired as an engineer after college. They were just like, yeah, we've seen his resume. Let's not say we did. You know, it's kind of like clapping, but like wrong, you know? They trained me wrong. Oh, you know, okay. There's a lack of alignment clearance. It almost works. It's just, let's call it an overbite. So it was a little bit of an overbite issue. And that shouldn't be too hard to fix. The vertical hydraulics on this are completely worthless. They're just structural and really not meant to be moved in this instance. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to grab good enough. I mean, we're grabbing it, but like all the parts. Oh, no, I take it back. Now, they never said that it needed to be delivered intact. And I'm only really going up a hill. Oops. Get over here. Haha. Well, still good enough. This is fine. They can foot me the repair bill. Oh, crap. They want me to deliver it at the top? Oh, but there's an elevator, so, you know. Uh-oh. It's kind of getting stuck. Don't get crunched. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, God! Rover overboard! Yes! Mission failed. All right, let's reset the elevator and make sure we don't clip off the side like that. The other worry I have is I don't want the button to trigger while I'm like trying to position onto the platform. God, this is such a janky POS. So let's try to get as far forward as possible, which I am completely inept at doing. Come on, roll back. Roll back. Keep rolling. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I got you now. Oh, no, wheels. Wheels. They see me rolling. Okay. Alright, nothing clips where the elevator platform is going to be a problem, I think. Woo. Don't fall. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yes! Wait, well, don't celebrate early. There's still room for failure. The wheels are... Oh, I let go. That's okay. You know, actually, this is not too bad, because I can just nudge it. Here, let me, slap it. Slap it into place. That seems... Given how I've treated this, this delicate piece of equipment so far, slapping into position, seems very on brand. I done got a telescope. Observatory completed. I've unlocked the Buggy blueprint. Now, I really like the Buggy. So let me show you the Buggy. Better wheels. Yeehaw! And then while I'm messing around with the Buggy, you guys can decide whether I'm doing main or side quests. So I have 4 side jobs. Let me read them so you know what to do. There's an umbrella to deliver. There's a crate of apples and a rocket fin. I am going to do the rocket fin if you select main, because it leads to something that I want to unlock, but not to say that you have to do it now. And then the side jobs is money, and a large plate. So I'd probably pick between the hydrogen tank delivery and the rocket fin delivery, and it will be up to you. While I celebrate the unlock of the Buggy, which is able to... If you want to compare the wheels, here's the difference. You can see why I was happy with the Buggy wheels. Because one is ready for my level of shenanigan, and the other is not so much. Choo-choo to the moon! Phobos, Deimos, here I come! Alright, side missions again. You guys obviously do not believe in me, and you think I need all the funds possible. May I remind you that I have not, failed at anything yet, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use the Buggy to drive over to the connection, the radio tower. Because this is out of my sphere of influence. If you're wondering what happens, like, you will... Well, you'll see as I drive up to this tower. You slowly lose the ability to connect and control your craft, and there will be a lot of static and, like, a lot of beeping. Can you fail ever? I mean, sure, you can give up on a contract because you can't accomplish it. Wouldn't that be a failure? You can always reset things, but sometimes there's... Like, when I first played, there was one contract I simply couldn't do, and I essentially failed at it. And I only couldn't do it because I hadn't unlocked the technology to really be able to do it, because it had me, like, climbing a mountain that was unclimbable until I got better parts. So I did functionally fail that. Until then, I circled back to it later with all the extra parts that I unlocked, going, oh, okay, yeah, I really wasn't supposed to be doing this contract ahead of time. But I didn't know that at the time. Dog treats. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, bad time to give treats. Here, Tusk. Do you guys want the music a little bit louder, or is it fine? Good? Cool. So here's what happens when you connect to a radio tower. Ooh! More unlocked. Hey, Migs! Thanks for the resub, man. Welcome to the chaos. So normally what happens in this game when you're not, like, streaming it or whatever is when the game determines that you're like driving between two very long distant targets, it will like pipe in really loud music, which honestly slaps and I love it. It's just not great when, you know, you're having to speak or whatever. Oh boy. Topographically, maybe I go here, but like this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. You can see it gets very craggy up ahead. But that's why I have a buggy. That may or may not be capable of tackling these hills. Twitch integration would be cool. It would be cool. The game is on like co-op, so you can work with other people on contracts. It does have a co-op mode, which is similar. Alright, so maybe I detour around these hills. I could also design this rover to tackle hills a little bit better, widening and lengthening the wheelbase. But ultimately, it's the grip or traction that becomes a problem, because I am not applying a downforce. And if you're wondering, yes, you can eventually apply downforce. But yeah, this looks a little bit more reasonable. Oh, there's also a point of interest that I could swing by as a fast travel spot. I haven't played multiplayer, so I can't answer questions about it. I've only played single player. But yeah, maybe you can have rovers lift other rovers, stuff like that. I don't know. Could only speculate. So, maybe I'll try to cross there, because that looks the smoothest. I'm also really glad that they took artistic liberties with the terrain and made it very colorful and varied, and not just like Martian landscape realism, because that would be very boring after a time. I suspect that maybe initially they went with like pure Martian landscape colors and was like, okay, yeah, this isn't gonna work, and decided to give it some unrealistic variants to allow for your eyes not to burn out for the color red. Alright, that attempt was a fail. Maybe we'll try this way. Yeehaw! Yeah, the cell shading reminds you of Borderlands? Absolutely. It's not quite the same, though. This isn't, like, exactly cell shading. It's like a poster edge type. But yeah, I agree. And it looks really nice. Until you're, like, in a cloud of your own dust. I feel like the little engine who couldn't. I could also try to detour elsewhere, but I'm going to try to tackle this. Oh, do it. Yes, little man. Yes. Uh-oh. Success! Maybe. If the game was realism, it would be a pain in the butt. Yes, and it gets less realistic as you play more, but for great benefit. You'll see what I mean, because I'll be unlocking parts that are very not realistic or balanced, but like as far as gameplay is concerned, they're terrific. So the other thing I'm going to need to do when, perhaps even before I pick up the hydrogen tank, depending on the topography, is to connect with this radio tower, because the target is outside my connection maximum. And it might be difficult to traverse the terrain with a hydrogen tank in tow to unlock that. So that's exactly what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the fast travel location for the hydrogen tank, and then get the radio tower, and then get the hydrogen tank. Because otherwise, I could be stuck trying to haul a hydrogen tank in, like, through horrible terrain. So now I have a fast travel location for the greenhouse. You know what? I'll go for it. Why not? So let's load this bad boy. I think this is exactly what we want for this job. Except, let's incorporate the better wheels. Or, you know what? Let's stick that thing on the buggy. So what are we missing? There we go. I got what we were missing. There. Save it as 21. How big's the map? Really big. I've not explored it all. It's huge. I think this needs to be lower. So let's make it lower. What parts do I have? So for me to make this lower, I'm going to need to buy hubs. Hubs are really cheap and they're pretty universal. You can like almost never have enough hubs because you can just... everything can be hubbed. I like buying like very universally useful parts rather than like specialized parts when I need extra parts, because the specialized parts often get phased out later on by better. So a little bit of spoiler. For instance, the hydraulic cylinders that I use now, you eventually unlock things that are like better than hydraulic cylinders. So buying a whole bunch of hydraulic cylinders early on, you might come to regret it, because then you unlock something that's better than hydraulic cylinders later on. So I'm going to need extra height if I want to spin this over the center of mass of the rover as well. Which I'm not really going to be able to do without also... Okay, so I have... There's a hinge part. Yeah, that's what I could do, is I could flick it up like that. So maybe I'll try that. Copy that. Let me just stick this part somewhere, because I'm going to lose the blueprint. And Crunk, hey man, long time no see. Thank you for the resub. All right, that'll work. Copy that. This will make sense in a minute, maybe. So I'm going to try to put it over the center of mass in a different way by rotating it up and flinging it up rather than around, like this. Once we pick it up, we'll stick it back that way. Now, what would be good in this case is if this arm wasn't blocked by itself. So doing some sort of like hook shape or attaching from underneath would be better. So it doesn't have collision. So instead, going like out like this with a hub. Then up. Like that, maybe? Let me check. Yeah. Nope, because there's still that one piece that is in the way. So I'm going to have to redesign this slightly, but it's really easy to redesign. Where all I have to do is copy this and move it back right here. And now it can flick back. So once we pick something up, we can stick its center of mass over our center of mass, or more over our center of mass, allowing us to not tilt forward constantly. Reminds you of a Lego game? Yeah, it should. Absolutely. Now, the only issue with this is the arms don't grab out forward as well. But I would say that that's freaking awesome. That worked. That worked perfectly. Because now all of the mass is over the wheels, and I'm not, like, flipping forward. Yeah, rock on. And now I just have to crash. Oh, God. A frickin' somersault? Yeah! Hey, look, I matched the terrain now. Uh-oh. Okay, I think Tony Hawk is jealous of my... Look at this! No hands! Uh-oh. 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 And we landed it. No, no, not quite. Definitely not quite. Definitely not quite. Can't stop me, I'm the gingerbread car. Oh, oh, oh. I need to widen the wheelbase. So what would be good is if I found like a nice flat spot to put this canister down. Like here. So I can widen the wheelbase because I'm having a real hard time like staying upright. So stay right there. Oh, don't roll. No, no, no. Ah, whatever. Damage is done. Pulling off the wheels. These are kind of universal parts. Like, you know, they're just like longer stick things. So I'm gonna buy them. Because I don't feel like rolling over constantly. The other thing I could do is give myself some butt hooks for, you know, because the parts do have a weight, right? So these hooks are like 0.3, the hubs are 0.5. Because obviously I was tipping backwards. So I'll put a bumper. I'll put a bumper back here. And this is just for a counterweight. Also, it makes me look more insectoid. So that works for me. In fact, non-functional wheels. Yeah, that's good weight. That's 8 weight each. So those are awesome. All right. Iteration number 46. I'm glad that Mars doesn't have a DMV, or I'm pretty sure my driver's license would be revoked. So the other problem I'm having is the front of the knee joint of the crane part kind of digs in every now and then. There's not a good solution for now to do that, to fix that, because I would need to raise the wheelbase, and I don't have the funds to do a project of that ilk. But it would be something to iteratively improve upon for the future. Now you can understand why I really wanted this to be parked in a flat spot, because this is... You can get into situations like this where you're like trying to pick the payload back up and it's just like, oh god. I can't for the life of me get into the right position because it's in a hole. And yes, the non-functional wheels are turning and spinning. Because the game doesn't know they're non-functional. I didn't design them not to function. I can turn them off if I wanted to in the part controller. But there's no harm in them, like, spinning as if they're helping. And we might be in a situation here where I just need to reset. We're not too far from the greenhouse, so, you know, not too painful. So if I wanted to turn off these wheels, I could go to the configure controls and set these to like channel 2 or something, so they don't even function on normal channels. So now you can see that they're not doing anything, because I would need to switch to channel 2. I'm not sure I like the grip on this, however. There, the grip here will be better. Or not. Open my big fat mouth. No, no, no. Come on. Come on, baby. Don't explode. I know you're hydrogen, but I don't want a Hindenburg here. There's some, obviously, design flaws, but I think I can just get away with the design flaws for now, rather than to constantly improve the design for just one little contract. Okay, so there we go. And hopefully I can remain on 4 wheels for a while. Oh, dropping in. Hey, Tusky, come here. No? Uh-oh, uh-oh. The arms are... There we go. I lost grip, but I just got grip again. Hey, bud. Your daddy's driving high on caffeine on the Martian surface. As best as he can, but poorly. Man, where's the music? Bring back the music. Hey, Roy. Mr. Destroy with Roy. Thank you for the resub. Welcome to Mars First Logistics. You're going to your sister's Chihuahua quinceañera. I didn't realize Chihuahuas had quinceañeras. I learned something new today. That's an old dog, man. I mean, I know Chihuahuas, like, they live a long time because they're fueled by hatred and biting and violence. And perhaps that's the answer. Oh, so one thing that happened is when I connected with this radio tower, I found extra side jobs, I guess, of like stuff around. So there's an oxygen tank delivery here to deliver down there, which I obtained from connecting to the transmitter and revealing the contract. So far, so good. Although I shouldn't curse myself. I feel like I have an excellent grip on this tank, though. It's like stuck between the arms. It's not going anywhere. And if I hold left mouse button, I can actually just constantly grip it so that I don't drop it. There is one mission, spoiler, there is one mission late in the game which has you move an ice cube. And it's challenging because the ice cube will melt over time, changing its size. Meaning that, like, if you think you have a good grip on it, it keeps getting smaller. That one's fun. Where you have to kind of, like, drive around or whatever and constantly tighten your grip, or else you'll lose it. Well, if the game's not going to play music, I am, with my servo motors. Uh-oh, sand dunes. No, 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 no. I should have been paying more attention than DJing. Thanks for the reminder, game. Reminder, you suck. Hit R. No, I'll dig my way out of this. Maybe. Uh-oh. No. No, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, maybe I'll worry about righting the rover first. And then... Uh-oh. A hydrogen tank is trolling me. The hug of death. Don't hug me. Get off. I could hit R. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna hit R. I feel defeated. Luckily, it's on flat ground that I flipped over. Because, you know, of course, I would manage to flip on flat ground. Which is gonna make it easier to grab this thing. Very easy. You're mine now. Choo choo. Oh. Choo choo. And we have delivered an oxygen tank to the habitat. Or clinic, or whatever it is. Ta-da! And I received a flat part. Thank you for tuning in to Mars First Logistics, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.